everyone and welcome. Hej og velkommen. My name is Malene, or in Danish, Malene. Because I am a Danish knitter, I'm coming to you from the northern part of Denmark, where I live with my husband and our 2 girls and 2 cats. Today is Saturday, November 15th. It's coming up on midday, and I thought that if I was going to sit down and do an episode in November, it had to be today. This fall has been crazy busy and still is, so I'm just waiting for December to come for Vlogmas time to be here, just to cozy up with all the yarn and all the knitting. So yeah, but before that comes, I want to sit down and do a little catch up with you guys. If you are new here, just to let you know, what you can expect here is a lot of chatting about knitting, and I sprinkle it all with a little bit of music played on this piano right here by me. And if I'm honest, I have no idea what I'm going to play for you guys today. I will figure that out after I'm done chatting. So let's get into all the knitting. I have some FOs to show you, and the first one is what I'm wearing. I did participate in the MusiKal this year by Stephen West, and I wasn't going to, but then he announced that it was the mystery musical in, everything music. I'm into that. So I bought myself a kit from Stephen and Penelope. I've never done that before. I was tempted, and I was like, well, you're busy. It's a tough time. Well, not tough time, but you all know what I mean. You deserve it. Any excuse to buy yarn, right? So I bought the Razzle Dazzle kit, I think it was called. It is their new base, the Hex base, so it's a sock yarn. And I'm definitely going to use my leftovers for some matching socks, or just socks to wear whenever. And let me take this shawl off because it is already getting quite hot, even though we did have frost last night. I have put in some footage in the beginning of the episode of the beautiful frosty grass and all of the fall things. I love them very much. This is my time of year. That's all I'm saying. I do really love the spring too, but I like the colder months, and like today it is cold but sunny, so I get all the light and all the chill. Perfect, just the way I like it. All right, digressing, back to the knitting. Let me see if I can show you. This is my MusiKal for this year. Did I enjoy knitting it? Honestly, maybe not so much. And when I was done with clue 3, I was like, what is this? How is this going to turn out? But I actually think it turned out pretty well. With clue 4, it kind of got everything together. So this is my clue 1 with all the little scallops. They almost killed me. And then clue 2, pure joy with lots of garter. And then clue 3, I thought that I would not like knitting this because of all the times that I had to change the color, but actually I didn't really mind it at all. And this part, I think this part is my favorite. It had a lot of purl stitches, but I don't know, I just think it's very, very beautiful. And then we ended up with a brioche border. That's supposed to be like 3 panels of brioche, but by the time I finished the second one and corrected so many mistakes because brain space, I was like, it's done now. And then I just did the I-cord. So yeah, it's a big one. Maybe I'll see if I can have Lars or one of the girls help me take some footage I can add in here so you can see the whole entire thing, because it is beautiful. And I have to say, I love the colors. I had my doubts while I was knitting because I bought this as an orange, and then while I was knitting, I kind of thought that it looked like a dark yellow, and yellow is definitely, if not my favorite color, but specific types of yellow, and not like a dark egg yolky yellow that this kind of can look a little bit like. I'm not into those types of yellows. No offense. But you know, we all have our own preferences. So, but now, like in a whole, I really, really like it. And it goes perfect with my winter coat. So yeah, I am done, which I'm also very happy about because I was done. I just wanted the finished shawl. I'm definitely a process knitter. Like, that's why I love to knit socks all the time. And I don't mind it because it's the process, it's not the product. This was definitely the product. And I do have a whip to show you in just a couple minutes. That is definitely also the product, not the process. All right. Okay. One more thing that is not a pair of socks to show you, and it is done. My cousin is having a baby, a little boy, this December, and they're just so knit worthy. I've knit for the 2 kids that they have already, and she has saved everything, and she just sent me a video. Maybe I've chatted about this before. If I have, I'm sorry. Brain space, you know. She just sent me a video just showing me all the things that she's getting out of storage, all the knits, and it made me so happy. I'm very grateful that she has saved them. And she was like, can I wish for a couple of things? And I was like, yes, of course. And they really enjoyed using these like little tights, leggings with feet. So I've knitted the smallest size. I will show you the pattern in just a minute. Nothing that I'm going to show you today is washed except for the shawl that you just saw. I did block that one. So I knit these. They're all done. They just need a good wash. Look at these teeny tiny little feet. I can't even remember my girls being that small, but they were. And I knit this in Arwetta Classic from Filcolana, and the colorway is 827. I used just over 50 grams, like just over, for the smallest size. These tights are a part of the Going Home set by Lene, Holme, Samsøe. Her kærlighed på pinde, that means love on the needles. And let me show you the set. I bought this book at the library, and this is the set right here. Hopefully you can see the picture. And it has like a shirt and a little hat too, but my sister is knitting that for her. And so I just used the little tights from here. As it's a nice pattern. It's a good, yeah, it works. I did modify a couple of things, but nothing big. So it's just because, you know, we all have our way of doing things. There's nothing wrong with the pattern at all. So you can knit it just as is, and you will get the same result as me. It's just the way I pick up the stitches for the little teeny tiny heel here. I did it the way I usually do because that's what I wanted to. But you would get just as nice a result if you follow the pattern. Yes. Teeny tiny baby pants. And now for the socks. I actually also have some tiny socks, but let's start with the ones that fit me first. These, let's see. Yeah, they're all just plain vanilla socks today. I knit my socks on a 2.25 millimeter needle. And usually I cast on 56 stitches and then increase to 64 for the foot. And that's what I've done with this pair. But then the other 2 pairs, I was like, because I like my socks to fit snug around my leg. But then I was like, I have lots of pairs like that. And then I decided to just, for the next 2 pairs, cast on 64 stitches all in all, so they can kind of like scooch down a little bit. And then I knitted the leg a tiny bit longer than what I usually do. So I like that. You know, a sock for every day. And this pair is just a vanilla pair with a slip, stitch, heel, flap, and gusset. And then the yarn is by Alonelysocklady. And this is her Gilmore Girls, yarn club from last year? Maybe. This colorway is Mom, I'm Pregnant. The very last sentence, right? We'll never know. Who is the father? Is it a boy? Is it a girl? We don't know. I'd like to know. Are you a Gilmore Girls fan? Would you like to know? Do you have any theories? Let me know. Oh, and actually, everything I talk about, pointing, that's why I remembered, will be in the description box, like yarns, patterns. I'll leave links to everything I talk about. So if you have any questions, look there. And if you can't find it, if I forgot it, just leave me a comment and I will answer as quickly as I can. Yep. But Vanilla Socks, yarn by Alonelysocklady. And then these socks. I really, really, really like this colorway too. Can you tell that I've been into the autumnal colors? It's gonna get even better with the next pair, I promise. This is by a Danish yarn dyer. They're called Vium Garn. Vium and then yarn. And they have the most wonderful base. I really, really like their base. And this colorway, the main color right here, is Pheasant. And then I added it with a mini that I just had in my stash. I don't know the colorway, but I think that it was dyed by Alonelysocklady, but I'm not sure. But again, just a vanilla sock. And then this is all a 64 stitch sock all the way around. Again, with the slip, stitch, heel, flap, and gusset. That's very hard to say, especially on a Saturday, I guess. This is my only day off this week. I have a concert tomorrow in Aarhus. So yeah, it's very exciting, but I'm happy to have a day off, if I'm honest. Last weekend, I went on tour with my choir. We toured Germany, 3 cities, and it was a blast. Oh my goodness, the kindness we were met with is just, we were blown away, really. We had a concert Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, and then we had like hired a bus, and then we had the trip home from Bonn on Monday. And because of like construction on the highway or the interstate, I guess you would call it, highway, interstate, whatever, it took us 17 hours to get home. We're supposed to be home at 9:00 p.m. and we're home 10 to 1 a.m. Craziness. But you know, I had my knitting, so it's not that bad. All right, back to the socks. Last finished pair, very, very autumnal. This colorway is Autumn Vibes, also by Alonelysocklady. Plain vanilla, 64 stitches, slip, stitch, heel, flap, and gusset. And I thought that I would knit the toe in the stripes as well, which I've done before and it was fine. But this time I did 40 rounds for the leg and I ran out of yarn on the second sock. I ran out of yarn on the second sock, as you can see. And I was like, should I tink back and then do like a creamy toe on the first sock too? But honestly, I couldn't be bothered. So this is just the way they are. Most of the time it'll be in my shoe and it's fine. I don't mind. But I really, really like this colorway. I cast them off last night, which I'm happy about, not because I did not enjoy knitting them, because I really did, but I am getting ready to cast on some Christmas socks and I'm so excited. I mean, I feel like I'm 5 and can't wait for my birthday. I'm so excited for Christmas. I might have some advents waiting or some coming, who knows. And speaking of Christmas, going on the tour, I was like, what am I going to knit on? So I brought my Cozy Memories blanket, but I also wanted to see how many tiny little socks I could knit during the trip, because we had a lot of bus time. And since I am knitting these little tiny socks as Christmas ornaments, I wanted to put them in one of my favorite bags. This is by 3 by the Sea Designs. They gifted me this beautiful bag because, yeah, you know, I love the Grinch. And what I did is I went in my stash, and I knew that I had a couple of years ago, I think it was, I had that Opal Advent, and I just took everything I had, the Opal minis, and put them in here, put some knitting needles in there, and, oh dear, yarn and socks all over. And then I knit teeny tiny little socks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Little teeny tiny socks. As I said, they haven't been washed. I'm not sure I'm going to. I might just to stretch this one out a little bit. They still have the little light bulb stitch marker in there. I placed that after I finished decreasing after the heel, and then I knit 10 rounds and then a little teeny tiny toe. The pattern for these is a free pattern. I've written it, and it is on Ravelry on Sock Knitters Club. And what are we calling these? Tiny Christmas socks or something, but I will link it in the description box below. So what I do, and I don't think that's in the pattern, for the cast on, I just crochet like a chain after I'm done with the sock, and then just attach it. So I'm going to put these on my little sock Christmas tree this year, along with the ones that I have from last year. Ella came up with the idea last year, like, if you have 24 socks, Mom, you can put on a sock every day, like on a new sock on the tree every day. I don't have enough for that yet, but maybe. I don't think so this year, but you know, it's a work in progress. I think they're so cute. I definitely have enough yarn to knit some more. We'll see. I don't think I'm going to knit any more of these this year, but you never know what tickles your fancy. So before Vlogmas and all the wonderful knitting things in December, before that's going to start, I'm trying to finish at least some of the projects that I have on my needles. This project that I'm going to show you right now will definitely not be done because it's an ongoing project, I guess you could say. It's my Cozy Memories blanket. And let me show you how far I am. See if I can show you. I'm onto the purples. I started right here and then I'm knitting it this way. So this next row will be all the little purple scraps, and then onto the blues, onto the greens. And I just packed this up and took it on the bus, but ended up just doing the socks. Lots of purple scraps down here. Lots of goodies. I really like purple, especially purples like this. Makes me so happy. So I'm excited to knit some more on this blanket, and who knows, maybe I will. Kind of depends on that bag right there to see when I'm done with that, because I want to finish that preferably before December, fingers crossed, definitely before Christmas, and let me show you why. Oh, maybe before I show you that, I should tell you that this Cozy Memories blanket, my inspiration is from Kemper Ray's The Cozy's Memories, and I will link that. I'm not using the numbers in there, and I am also doing the decreases in a slightly different way. I am using the pattern for the Advent blanket that I did myself last year, just with another stitch count. I cast on 50 stitches and then just decrease. That is my size. I knitted on 2.75 millimeter needles. Yes. All right, done with the blanket, onto this one. If you've been here before, you definitely have seen this before, but not for a very, very long time. This is my Christmas cardigan. This is a design by the Danish designer Clara Eggers, and it is called the Fab Cardigan. It is fluffy, it is wonderful, it is beautiful, and I'm just done. I got stuck on the button band because I had never done a double knitted button band before, and it wasn't that I thought that I couldn't figure it out. I was just like, well, do I want to put in buttons? And then what I would have to do buttonholes, and then that whole thing started, and I was just like, you need to hibernate for a little while because I'm done. But then I decided, since it was originally designed without the buttons, even though I have the most gorgeous buttons for this, I will do it without. So I'm done with the body. I'm done with the button band, and I'm onto the sleeves. So now I'm just trying to figure out how long to do the sleeves. They have some calculations and everything in the pattern, so you get the help that you need. But you know, I'm not a sweater knitter. I'm just kind of trying some things and yeah, seeing how it goes. I am on 8 millimeter needles. I think that might be a US 11. So big needles compared to what I usually do. And my hands are not too happy about that. So I'm doing just a little bit every day, hoping that I can finish this before December 1st. Firstly, because I really want the cardigan. Second, because I don't want to knit it anymore, if I'm honest. Just, yeah. I don't mind the two-colored brioche, and the pattern describes it so very, very beautifully. It's just read it and knit. It's very, very good. Let me show you the yarn. So the one that I've just kind of chosen as my, well, I guess sort of main color is this one. I love this red. I think it's so Christmassy and beautiful. And it is Cascade yarns, Cascade 220 grande. And let's see if I can find the colorway. It says 9654. And then I'm holding this yarn double. I've just caked it up, holding it double. And this colorway is, or this yarn is, Rosários 4 Piopardo, maybe, who knows. The color is number 29. I think it is very Christmassy, and I like that very much. Let me show you the buttons that I got. These are by Diddly Daisies, and I think they're too cool. But the cardigan itself is quite the heavy garment, and I would be mindful that maybe the button band would sag even more. Plus, as I said, I didn't want to mess with doing the buttonholes. So I will save these and use them for something else because they're amazing. Last whip today, a small one, before I play you guys some music. Exciting to see what I figure out to play. Probably something seasonal, and probably I'll pick like an old Danish song and play around with it a little bit. That's my thoughts anyways. We'll see what happens. But in here, with all the maritime little things, is of course a pair of socks for Lars, my sweet hubby. And we went to, well, actually I went with him on a work trip that he had, and then it was close to the border. It was in the southern part of Denmark, and then it's close to the border to Germany. And we took a trip to Flensborg and had lunch there. And of course, I found a yarn shop and I got myself some Opal yarn. This right here. It says, in Variation nach 100 Wassers, not Haus, 100 Wassers Werk. Right there. You can see how it will knit up. Let's see, and the colorway number is 2103. And I'm on the first sock. I just turned the heel last night while we were watching a show. I think these are turning out so much fun. I like them a lot. And I'm doing them the new way that we together, Lars and I, figured out that he really, really likes. I cast on 64 stitches. I knit 15 rounds of ribbing and then 50 rounds on the leg, and it is a 3x1 ribbing. And then slip stitch, heel flap, and gusset. And then still on the top of the foot, I continue the broken rib right here because I do 1 round of knit 3, purl 1. And then on the next round, I just knit. And he likes it because it's very nice and snug on his foot. And this is hand knit sock season for him. As soon as we get just even the slightest bit of chill in the air, he puts on his socks and he does not take them off. Well, yeah, he changes his socks, but he wears his hand knit socks until like way on into the spring. So yeah, that's a new pair for him. And those were all my whips today. While I play you the music, you will see me playing, but I think I will also maybe add a bit of footage that I have from a couple of the venues that we went to on the tour. The one in Bonn on Sunday was crazy. They were all very lovely, but this place, it was like entering a club from like the 1920s or 30s, you know, with the little round tables and the little lamps, and oh my goodness, it was beautiful. And there was like kind of 2 venues in one. So like the big venue where we did the concert, and then behind like a backdrop or something, I guess you would call it, there's like this little tiny venue with sofas and a little white baby grand, and it was amazing. Yeah. I have been tired after coming home, but I just have I'm just so incredibly grateful that I got to have this experience with some wonderful friends, and you know, just we got to sing with a couple of the other choirs, like do double concerts. It's just so much fun. Yes. Stop the chatting, Malene. Just let me say, I invite you all to sit back, relax, and let your stitches flow. As I said earlier, December is coming up, and for me, that means Vlogmas time. I am very, very excited about that. Last year, I had a few advents, and yeah, I might have a few advents this year too. I won't show you yet because I will do like a pre-Vlogmas, so there will be an episode on December 1st, but that will be me a couple of days before showing you the advents and what's going to be going on during Vlogmas this year. I have a couple of things that I want to share with you guys, and I'm very, very excited about it. I will share one thing at the end of this episode because I need your help with something, so stay tuned. I will first and foremost be knitting a new blanket. Now, apologies because this has been used a lot, so there's probably cat hair and everything on there, but this is a blanket from last year, and the yarn is by Alonelysocklady. Her 24-day advent with a new stripe repeat every day. This from last year, the theme was TV advent throughout time. And this year, the theme is Nordic mythology. I did the guide, not a pattern. I won't call it that, but it is a guide and it is free. It is up on Ravelry, on my Ravelry, the Playful Knitter. It will be linked, but if you're on Ravelry, you can go just type in the Playful Knitter, and these are the only 2 patterns on there. There's a guide. See, now I called it a pattern. It's not. It's a guide. A guide for this type of pattern, a mitered square, and then a new guide for this year's blanket. These are not the colors. This is just my test. And this one definitely has cat hair on it because Miss Cipher has stolen it as her bed. And like last year, my goal was to like knit everything together. So when I'm done, I'm done. So before December 1st, I think I will start, and I will knit the one side to pick the stitches up on, and then just be ready to knit my first square on December 1st. We're going on our annual trip to Hamburg. We do a weekend there, Lars and the girls and I, and my friend babysits the house and the cats while we're away. We're going last weekend of November, and knitting this edge, this border right here, will be perfect car knitting for me. So this is the Advent Blanket 2024, and this is the Advent Blanket 2025. All these guides are both in Danish and in English, and they are free on my Ravelry. So that was a bit of an ad for you guys, but you know, it's free. Yes. Okay, I have a couple of things that I've purchased, and also something that I've made. All right, where should we start? I did say I did not want to show any advents today, but I will still show this one. It came in the mail just the other day. This is a stripe a day pair of socks. I've done the Cozy Knitter before. I've done Alonelysocklady, and this year I was just so tempted to try this one. This is by Woolens and Nosh, and what she does is that in here are 2 cakes, and because it's in a bag, you don't know any of the colors, and then she just, here are the cast on yarns. So every stripe will be a surprise. I think that's very lovely. And look at her theme for this year. Very beautiful. Yes. So I'm excited about that. And then, because, you know, I love a good stripe. Alonelysocklady Lene, she had an update with some Christmas yarns and other stuff. And I've had this one before and I've knit it. I wanted to have it again because again, with the purples. This colorway is Christmas Box of Chocolates. It's a sock set, and you get 50 grams of the stripes and 20 grams of the contrast. I think this contrast, yeah, it's called chocolate brown. Perfect. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're in for a little bit of crinkling because I can't bring myself to take it out. I just want to keep everything nice and neat together, but I will do it as quietly as I can. I ordered this from 3 by the Sea Designs. I couldn't help myself. I'd seen the Wicked colorway. Did they do it as a mystery? I don't remember. But when I saw it, I was like, I must have that. And then they dyed it up again, and I was quick to just be there at the exact time when the update went live, because you have to be fast. They sell out quickly, especially when they have bags. On Saturday, they have a new update, and it is Christmas. Fingers crossed that I'm quick. Just saying. But I bought the Wicked sock set, and then they had also done the Wicked Witch. Let me turn it around. So the 2 witches. And then they'd done them in larger skeins as well. And their Stellina colorway, their base, it is crazy with the sparkles. I'm doing very well today with the talking, right? It's their Amelia base. So you probably can't tell through this beautiful plastic bag that is very sparkly, but it is. And then they sent me this beautiful gift, their silver colorway. And as soon as I saw all these together, I'm working on a new design. And I know I've tried it in other yarn, so I know what it's gonna look like now. And I definitely want to do the sample in these colors, because I think that will be gorgeous, and this will be the main color. So yeah, all right, done with the crinkling. Then I went on a trip with my friend Charlotte, and we went to visit another friend, Christina Bjerk. She is a yarn dyer. She doesn't dye yarn for sale that much anymore, but a little bit. So if you're in Denmark, you can look on Recraft Yarn. Sometimes she has a couple of things for sale there, and her colors are beautiful. But she also does workshops, and Charlotte and I went there for a yarn dyeing workshop. It was a blast. We had so much fun. And you know, I got to hug on her kids. She has just the most beautiful kids. I love them so much. But we also dyed some yarn. We talked up a storm, and it was, you know, just a wonderful day. And I want to show you the yarns that I dyed. I am thrilled with them all, I have to say. I had my doubts with one of them in the beginning, but now I really, really like it. This one right here. We started up just doing a mini. And when I first saw it, I was like, nah, that's kind of weird. But now I really like it. I think it's both autumnal, but also kind of Christmassy with like the very bright yellow right there. I don't know, I guess a bright yellow just saves everything for me. So that was my mini. And then Charlotte and Christina was like, okay, pick 4 colors, and then we'll see how we can just connect these randomly picked colors. And we agreed that we should have the same 4 colors. And I love how different our yarns turned out. Now this is my version. This one definitely has way more green and way more yellow than Charlotte's. And if you have not seen hers, you can go. She just put up a new episode yesterday. I will link it in the description box, or at least I will link her channel. And I will link Christina's channel as well, because she also just put up a new episode. They're both in Danish, but they're just so wonderful and lovely ladies. And I know that I still have a couple of Danish viewers, so I encourage you to go visit both Christina and Charlotte as well. And now for my favorite one. I'm crazy excited about this yarn. Look at this. It's like a half and half. So half of the skein is blue, and the other half is like this speckled, I don't know, burnt orange, mustard type of thing. Who knows? But I'm so excited about this. This might be my birthday cast on. My birthday is January 2nd, just after New Year's. And I know these colors are way more autumnal than anything else, but I like autumn colors. So yeah, I'm very excited. I think it might be like, it must be micro striping in some way. Yes, but I like that so very, very much. I just spoke about these blankets and I forgot to say something because I actually have a knit along going on with Charlotte Horsløsstrik and Lene from Alonelysocklady. It's just a social knit along and anybody can participate. And we have a hashtag. It's called De modne modder, the mature mats. Just a little fun. So it's no giveaways or anything like that. It's just let's inspire each other and just knit some blankets together. We started on November 1st and then it runs until February 1st next year. So February 1st, 2026. Anything goes. New cast-ons, old whips. You can have a blanket where you just need to knit 2 rows and that's all good. You can crochet if you want to. Anything goes. It's just, let's create something together and chat about it. That's all. All right, hopefully you're still here. Fingers crossed, because I need your help. For the last couple of years during Vlogmas, I have done either knitter of the day, yarn dyer of the day, podcaster of the day, and I've asked someone to choose a song for me to play, a Christmas song that is. And I thought that I would like to do something new this year. I know it's just a small thing, but I feel like you guys give me so very, very much for being here, for watching, for leaving me comments and stuff. And I can't really send you guys anything or do anything for you. So I thought that maybe I could give a little bit back by giving you a piece of music. Again, I can't give a piece of music to all of you, but I thought that what I would do is ask you to leave me a comment today with your favorite Christmas song. And what I will do throughout Vlogmas is do random comment picker and pick like, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe more. Let's see what time allows. And every once in a while, every other day, every third day, who knows? Again, let's see what happens. I will announce a winner and a song and play it on that day's episode. I will do it throughout Vlogmas, so as many as I can, but yeah, not every day. You will hear lots of Christmas music during Vlogmas because I film a little something every day, and sometimes I talk for often a very long time. But also just, some B-roll of my day and lots of music. So vlogs definitely have way more music than a normal episode like the one that you're watching right now. Yeah, I hope I explained that right. So if you want to help me choose some of the songs to play and be viewer of the day, please leave me a comment with your favorite Christmas song and I will randomly pick some songs to play during Vlogmas. Yes, I think that was it. That is all I have for you for today. This will probably, I don't know if I'm going to do a regular episode in between Christmas and New Year's. You never know. But probably this will be the last regular episode this year. I hope to see so many of you for Vlogmas. I love the way that we can interact and chat in the comments during Vlogmas. Is just such a treat for me. So hopefully I will see you there. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for knitting and creating along with me. I wish you all the best and lots of hygge. Take care.